All right, so I'm now going to go over some of the basic chemical compounds in cells and kind of like a little basics in chemistry. This is really going to be preparing you more for 7th grade, but I want you to have a basic introduction so you better understand the cells. So to begin, elements are pure substances that cannot be broken down to different substances. That being said, that makes up our periodic table. If you guys have seen this and you're going to see it more, the periodic table is just kind of this little thing in the corner. It includes things like oxygen and carbon, and they're all those individual elements. When elements combine, they're going to form a compound. A compound is two or more elements combining to form a new substance. So like, for example, like O2, right? A molecule is two or more atoms bonded together, right? So it's kind of like O2 versus NO. We have two different, so nitrogen and oxygen versus two oxygen, right? That's going to be that compound versus our molecule. Now, there is a difference between organic versus inorganic. This is not like organic that you get at the grocery store, okay? Organic just refers to something being from living things. So if it's alive, then it's from living things. Versus inorganic is from non-living things. So rocks are not living, so they're going to be inorganic. Versus plants and animals are living, so they will be organic. Now, organic compounds include carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. These should be relatively familiar because we did talk about some of these in talking about the body systems and what our body takes in. The origin of carbohydrates is from plants. Okay, so plants produce sugar in the form of C6H12O6, and they also produce starch. Starch is pretty much that sugar times 2, so it's C12, H24, and O12. Whereas proteins are going to be made of the compounds carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and sulfur. So that means we take all of those elements and we combine them to form the compound of proteins. Now, proteins and amino acids. Proteins are long chains of amino acids. There are 20 types of amino acids that form thousands of combinations of proteins. Enzymes are a type of those proteins that speed up chemical reactions. So our enzymes act to increase a reaction so we can form kind of like new things or break down new things. Next, we have lipids. Lipids are fats. So fats, oils, and waxes. They're going to be chains of carbohydrates linked together. For example, cholesterol is a really important lipid that's found inside our cell membrane, right? The outside of that cell. Next, we have nucleic acids. Nucleic acids are compounds of carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, and phosphorus. So those elements form the compound of nucleic acids. Okay, the importance of nucleic acids. Sorry guys, that's a bell. Nucleic acids contain the instructions to carry out all functions of life. Okay, that being said, nucleic acids form our DNA. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. It also forms RNA, which is ribonucleic acid. Okay, they're super important for that protein production. Now remember, DNA is a molecule that contains the genetic code, aka it contains the coding for life. Okay, our genes are made of DNA. Our genes dictate what we look like, how our body forms. We're going to talk about all this in detail with genetics. Versus RNA, RNA is a nucleic acid that dictates what kind of proteins a cell produces. Okay, so DNA and RNA are slightly different. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in just a little bit. Now, here we can see some pretty clear differences between DNA and RNA. DNA includes cytosine, guanine, adenine, and uracil. versus RNA contains, oh sorry, I mixed up. RNA includes cytosine, guanine, adenine, and uracil, versus DNA includes cytosine, guanine, adenine, and thymine. Sorry about mixing that up, guys. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Again, this is a very basic kind of introduction. Don't worry, we're going to go in a little bit more about DNA, but not too much in chemical compounds. It's going to be more of a 7th grade thing to cover.